Alright, so we got some sock, we got our candles, we're gonna do some magic.
Tonight we did the cord cutting, and so now I'm just going to watch back and see some of the messages. I've already watched it back to record it again because I can't just like take the live from where it was and pop it over here. I had to screen record it, so I've already seen it in the slow-mo version, and I saw a lot going on within the flames and with the process. But while I was actually like doing this, I was speaking, I was calling on Archangel Michael, cord cutting, all of that stuff. So you're welcome to go watch this if you haven't watched this. If you were there and you're interested to hear like my interpretation of things from that, you're also welcome to do that. What I immediately noticed as we get going here, I cleared the space, I lit the candles after tying them together. The black one's representing the darkness. The white one, is representing like purity and things like that. I did notice that the dark one was like reaching over to the white one, and there was a few times I think they even like kissed. It was like reaching over there. And I did pay attention the first time around. As I was going through, I started with the 8th chakra, the soul star, to open us up and to cut cords from that energy center. Then I did it for the 7th chakra, the crown chakra, third eye, throat, and the heart. And when I got down into the heart, I noticed that's when it started to spark, right about there. And then as I got down into the energy of the solar plexus, it really started to take off. And the white one was very, very powerful. I just slowed it down a little bit more so I could show you some of what I was seeing, where there was like angel flames, or angel wings within the flames on the white side. I kept seeing that throughout like different points. That's what it was reminding me of. And you see how big it gets. It's like a double flame, a triple flame, and the ways that it was manifesting and showing itself, it definitely had like angelic wings within it. It was getting really large, it burnt fast because of how quickly it was going, but I felt like it was good. And I noticed that times would line up with what I was saying, with things would be like shifting. It just seems, to make sense. And I even said it in there, and I was thinking it when I was like right before I had said it, when I was watching it back, is like, no matter how many times we cut cords and how many times we call in the angels, the darkness still exists. Okay. But that doesn't mean that we can we have to let it just always like linger over us and make our lives miserable. But it's always going to be out there. And if you're in your light, you might attract more darkness times because, the duality exists. And you also may attract dark towards you because you emanate light. The darkness doesn't like that. But I am going to do a protection thing next for the group, for our group of community. And, I'm going to do that with everybody because I want to protect the channel, and I want to protect the members of the channel, and I want to protect the members of the channel's members. I know there's people out there who have their own communities or are trying to build their own communities or want to, reach other people and feel protected in doing so. So the next one that I do, I'm going to do like my own spin on things. Okay. But I definitely felt that in there. And then this one, it stayed going for a pretty long time, even considering how fast it burnt down. It was like at one point they caught up to each other, and even still, the dark was like trying to reach over, trying to get to that other buddy. And basically, you can see it like licking over, trying to get there. I did also notice that as it burnt down and I was looking at the wax started to look differently. Okay. There was like at first I was like thinking it might be like a lamb, but then I started to see it more like a calf. And I actually want to look that up and see what is the spiritual meaning of the lamb and the spiritual meaning of a calf. Okay, so we have innocence and purity. Lambs are often seen as symbols of innocence, purity, and childlike simplicity. Their gentle nature and white color may contribute to these associations. Lambs can also evoke feelings of vulnerability, which may lead to a desire for compassion and understanding towards ourselves and others. In some spiritual contexts, lambs can be seen as divine messengers or guidance from higher realms, offering protection and direction. And also, in Christianity, lambs are often sacrificial animals and can represent Christ, both the suffering and triumphant. The sweet and pure baby lamb is common a symbol of Christ and self-sacrificed. For example, in early Christian symbolism, Christ is sometimes depicted as a lamb standing at the junction of the cross beams in a crucifixion. The Lamb of God in Scripture, the divine life, is referred to as the Lamb of God, which can symbolize purity. Also said to have the power to vivify all things it touches with perpetual life and to give without restraint. And then the last one is about paradise, when depicted with a lion, which we had a lion in the reading earlier, and at the end, lambs can symbolize a state of paradise. So we're bringing in paradise. So for the cow calf, we have, it's considered a sacred animal that symbolizes the divine mother, while the calf represents the soul. The cow's maternal instinct towards its calf can also represent qualities of selflessness and protection. A statue of a cow and calf can represent the divine mother's love and care for her children, as well as a reminder of our karmic connection to the cosmos and the symbolism of nurturing and abundance. The cow-calf duo holds deep symbolism in various cultures, representing nurturing, care, and abundance. In Hinduism, the cow is revered as a sacred animal, and its maternal instinct towards its calf highlight qualities of selflessness and protection. Now, I had tried to look up calf, like the spiritual meaning of calf, after I had just looked up the spiritual meaning of the lamb. And they tried to show me like calves for like humans' feet, legs. So I was like, spiritual meaning of the cow calf, like, and so then they gave me these representations of like them put together, but I feel like that's for a reason. Everything is for a reason. And even the cards at the end, like I said, those are bringing us more confirmation, because we ended up seeing the lion. We saw the dolphins. I've been working with the dolphins. The dolphins are right up there and behind there. So many confirmations. Now, like, the black one did continue to burn longer than the white one, but I also feel like that could be due to the fact that I told many people that they could watch this at another point. Not everybody's going to be there at the live. So if they didn't watch it live, like, there's already 100 views on the video the last time I just looked at it, and that's the 100 views after it was published. There was like, so many when I immediately posted it. Like 60 people had watched it live, coming in and out, but 120 have seen it since it's been posted. So more and more people are coming. So I feel like it's almost representing like there's more darkness to transmute. But those symbols within the wax, like, what is it? Those are the ones that I'm seeing. I feel like we also had a monitoring spirit show up tonight. Okay. So some of you, again, like I told others, I don't know if you're going to watch the whole thing or not. Be careful after this is over, because people, I feel like, aren't going to be enjoying the fact that, look, can you see the face? Like, you can see like that part in the back that's like half black, half white. That would be like the body. And then between the two candle holders, it kind of looks like a face to me. And it kind of even looks like a panda bear at this moment. So let's get the panda bear. Like, I definitely see a panda. And I was watching something like the other day with pandas in it, but it's about luck and peace. It's a spirit animal that brings both gentleness and power, and it teaches you the importance of patience and helps you always keep a positive attitude. So yeah, let me know what you see in there. And also, like what I was saying, be careful, because there was a monitoring spirit that showed up. So that tells me that like maybe somebody wanted to come monitor me, or monitor the fact that you are cutting away from darkness. You're cutting away from karmic contracts. You're letting go of people that may have negative holds over you. And they don't consciously be like, hey, yo, fly in there and show her that I'm monitoring, but it happened. So, and it was interesting because other things happened around the same time that I didn't even say out loud. I just noted in my mind. But those things happen, okay? And like I said in the live, back when I lived with the person that I lived with, I did a cord cutting one time. And he knew immediately that, like, he didn't know consciously, but energetically he knew, because he came downstairs to hug me immediately after me cutting the cords. And he's not a good guy. So I was constantly cutting those cords. He was constantly trying to reconnect and regain that control and that power, So be careful, because we just cut a lot of cords to negativity, and You might get triggers. You may get triggered about finances. You may get triggered about your health. You may get triggered about something in your life that you were holding on to negative cords with. And that's okay. And keep cutting the cords as you move forward so that they don't stick, so that they don't get bigger, so they don't manifest into an attachment or a demon later down the road. That's why we want to continuously be cutting our cords, and that's why we want to continuously be protecting ourselves and continuously transmuting shit that does not serve us anymore. And I also want to say that for some reason, after this thing was over, my makeup looked so horrible tonight. I'm like, ew, what the hell? I went in the bathroom afterwards and like took it off because it's making me look, I think I did a different base thing than I normally do. And I think it was just like the wrong color. But in person, I don't look like that. If I go in the mirror, I don't look like that. So it's weird to me. But you guys know, I always end up looking weird on these fucking cameras. But not normally like orange. It's just like weird. I don't use like thick foundation. I use tinted moisturizer and then like a little bit of concealer under my eyes, and then I use powders. But I used powders tonight in a different way, and I used a different tinted moisturizer that I haven't used in a very, very, very long time. So I feel like that might have done it. Also, I'm kind of slimy because my hair has coconut oil in it still. I noticed like my eye makeup was running afterwards. Plus I was hot and sweaty. Anyways, you can see. I looked weird to myself, and I'm like, ew. And maybe that's why that guy was like, hey, do you vape? Because I look dirty. But I promise you that's not my face. I think I probably look better without makeup at that point. But yeah, thanks for letting me know that I looked orange. And hopefully this helped you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Be careful. Don't let anybody reconnect. And you don't have to do this whole big ritual to cut your cords in the future. Just before you go to bed at night, be like, yo, Archangel Michael, could you wave your sword of light around me, above me, below me, and cut all the cords on my spiritual, physical, mental levels, please. Thank you. Awesome sauce. And keep reminding yourself to do it regularly. If you're in traffic and you get triggered, if you're watching something on Facebook, you get triggered. If you're, in the grocery store and someone's in your way, keep cutting the cords so that they don't get out of control. Keep your energy balanced. Give yourself time out. Disconnect from the fucking distractions, because that was a recurring theme tonight, guys. If you're sitting down for 5 seconds and immediately hit by a thing of depression or tears, it's because you've been running from it, okay? And connecting with water is going to help you. That Syrian Soul Cleanse is on my Etsy shop. It's like $11, and it has shadow work prompts and stuff with it. It will help you. When I launch the Patreon, it will also be on there for people on the 1111 tier. But you can also just do these things on your own. Keep doing it. All right. So hopefully this assisted you. Thank you very much. Oh yes, and Hunny Bunny goes in for her surgery very soon, so we're still taking donations for that. My dad has saved up $1,000 for it, but that's like literally taking away all of his money. And I have $300 towards it that I've got through the GoFundMe, but that GoFundMe link is going to be down below. I am very grateful for any amount, because it will help us immensely to be able to afford to eat and survive and get the dog taken care of, which is scheduled in like 2 weeks. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And some of you were there at the end where I was going off about that lady who was talking about the horses in the trailer. So I have attached that little part of the thing from the other day, my argument. People are stupid, okay? This post is about, if there's a horse trailer on the road, don't cut it off. Don't be an asshole. Don't drive like an idiot. And of course, everybody in the comments is just stupid. And this person was like, it's just as important for animals and kids in cars. We should all slow down and drive safely. And this person's like, they were on the planet before. There is a code. When horses are on the road, use it. They have the right of way. And this person was like, where is that code? I can't find that code. It's logical. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't need a fucking code book. You don't need a fucking law thing to be a decent human being. And I was not disrespectful. I said, because this person, put this in there, and I'm like,
It's about respect for life. In a perfect world, you would get it and not try to analyze what she said into a book of rules made up by someone no better than anyone else. If an animal is on the road, help it get where it's going without thinking, is it legally enforced? It's just the right thing to do. And she's like, blah, 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 blah. My point exactly. If it was on the road, I would. But it is in the back. Like, so you're telling me you won't. You're telling me you're not gonna fucking be nice to it because what is fucking wrong with people? What is wrong with you? I think you and the other person needs to read the post properly. The vehicle has no more rights than any other vehicle on the road because it has... Oh my god. It's not about the rights, you dip fucking shit. What is wrong with her? I was not disrespectful. Just factual. Have a nice day. You need one. Chill. I don't think I was rude. I was just clearing up the thing of like, you know, they have the right of way. They do. They've been here before you. Okay? I'm like, no. Okay, bitch. I take what she wrote as a code to live by, not one in a book, or only applies to a situation regardless of it being inside of a trailer or on the road itself, not a fucking float, on its own feet. It's more so like a saying of respect your elders. We don't need a law book to convey that. And I'm having a wonderful day. I wasn't disrespectful either. Simply stating that I don't think she was referring to any actual code you can find. It's simply a way of being, which not all do. Struggle to do good unless they are told to, which is unfortunate because this is exactly what she's fucking saying. I would, but it's not the law. I'm not supposed to. I don't have to. So I'm not gonna. I'm gonna cut you off and ride it just like if it's an 18-wheeler truck. You need to give that motherfucker space or don't be surprised when you get crushed. Okay? You're not gonna drive in front of that unless you do and you're stupid, and you're not gonna drive in front of a fucking horse to be disrespectful. Like in the post is saying, like, there's a leading vehicle that's really far ahead of us. Don't cut in between us because that space is there for a fucking reason. Because there's horses in the back that could die. And she's like, but it's not any more better than anything. If it was on the actual road standing there, I'd be nicer to it. But because it's in a fucking vehicle, I'm gonna disrespect the life. Your vehicle is not living. Your vehicle, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Now I'm not having a good day.
And just so you know, we ended at 4:44 a.m. as I finished editing this. But yeah, I think that lady is very simple-minded and so stupidly logical that she's like a harm to society. And that's so many people on our planet right now. It's not in the law book, so I don't have to follow that rule, so I'm not gonna. Oh, what do you mean it's not a code? There's no code. I don't find any code. You're just ignorant and stupid. And you don't, what is that? It's still on the road, regardless if it's in a trailer or on its feet. You are retarded for, like, it's just as bad to cut off anybody that has a living being inside of it. I'm sure if she had her baby in the back seat, she'd be one of those bitches with the baby on board thing and want other people to respect her. But no, there's a baby that's literally under the feet of its mother. And it's not in a fucking seatbelt. It's not in your car where it's safe and it has airbags and all of that bullshit. So if you can't just give it a little bit of fucking decency, self-respect, that speaks volumes about you, not the other people who are like, it was such a simple, like, it's a code. And she went off on this big tangent about it not being a code. She didn't mean it's an actual code in a book, you fuckface. Okay? Anyways, as you can tell, it aggravated me. In Monet, namaste.